If you are over 60, there are vegetables sitting in your fridge right now that can quietly, insidiously damage your kidneys. Not suddenly with sharp pain, not dramatically, but slowly, gradually, over years of what you believe to be healthy eating. And the most dangerous part of this entire story, most people eat these specific vegetables every single day, believing they are doing something profoundly good for their health. They follow the universal advice without the critical age-specific filter, and their kidneys pay the price in silence. Doctors, nutritionists, every health headline always tells us eat more vegetables. And that advice is, in a broad sense, correct. Vegetables are pillars of health. But after 60, a subtle and critical shift occurs. Your kidneys, those two silent bean-shaped filters, don't work the same way they used to. Their filtration rate, the glomerular filtration rate, or GFR, naturally begins to decline. What this means is that what was harmless, even beneficial at age 40 or 50, can become a source of metabolic stress at 60 and beyond. Your body's ability to process and eliminate certain compounds changes. Ignoring this change is where the risk begins. Let's understand why this happens. As we age, kidney function naturally slows down. It's a normal part of the aging process. But this slowdown has concrete consequences. It means minerals like potassium and phosphorus stay longer in your bloodstream. It means certain natural plant compounds, like oxalates, have more time to accumulate. And it means your kidneys have to work significantly harder to remove these substances. The key insight here is that kidney damage rarely announces itself with a fanfare of pain. It starts with silent overload, a slow, cumulative burden that chips away at their resilience year after year. In this video, I'll show you the 5 vegetables that pose the highest risk of creating this silent overload for people over 60. And vegetable number 1 on this list surprises almost everyone because it's been marketed as a superfood for years. We'll go from concerning to critically important so you can make informed choices without fear. But before we get into that crucial list, I need to ask you for a quick moment of support. Here's a reality of YouTube right now. 99% of people watching this are not subscribed to the channel. If you're over 60 and this information about protecting your kidneys is valuable to you, please help us grow. I've set a goal to reach 10,000 subscribers this month to build a community focused on smart, evidence-based health after 60. Your subscription and your like are the strongest signals you can send to support this mission. It takes just a second. If you're in, please do it now. Thank you. Now let's get to that list. Let's begin with vegetable number 5, potatoes. They are the ultimate comfort food, seen as a harmless, starchy staple. But here is the reality for the aging kidney. Potatoes are extremely high in potassium. A single medium baked potato can contain over 900 milligrams of potassium. For a young, healthy kidney, processing this is a normal task. But after 60, when kidney filtration is less efficient, removing excess potassium becomes more difficult. Consistently high potassium levels in the blood, a condition called hyperkalemia, can be serious, affecting heart rhythm. You can never have a potato. The danger is in the pattern. Daily, large portions, especially in forms like mashed potatoes, fries, or a big baked potato, eaten at night when metabolism is slower. Occasional moderate consumption is typically fine, but frequency and portion size become your new guidelines. Now, moving to vegetable number 4, tomatoes. They look vibrant, juicy, and undeniably healthy. Yet, for the aging kidney, tomatoes present a dual challenge. First, they are another significant source of potassium. Second, they contain natural acids. For someone over 60, especially with undiagnosed or early stage kidney function decline, a daily habit of eating raw tomatoes can slowly but steadily increase the kidney's workload. And it gets more concentrated. Tomato sauces, pastes, and juices are the real culprits. By removing the water and fiber, You're concentrating both the potassium and the acids, delivering a much heavier renal load in a single serving. A slice of tomato on a sandwich is not the issue. It's the daily large salad with tomatoes, the nightly pasta sauce, and the glass of tomato juice that can add up to a silent burden. Now we reset our attention and move to vegetables that can cause damage in a different, more insidious way. Vegetable number 3, beets. They are famously promoted for supporting blood pressure and circulation due to their nitrate content. However, beets have a hidden characteristic. They are extremely high in compounds called oxalates. Oxalates are natural substances found in many plants. In the body, they can bind with calcium to form crystals. Your kidneys are responsible for filtering these crystals out. Over time, a high consistent intake of oxalates increases the risk of those crystals forming kidney stones, a painful condition that becomes more common after 60. Again, this is not to say beets are bad. The problem is the modern trend of daily beet juice shots or adding beets to smoothies every day. It's the cumulative high-dose exposure that turns a healthy food into a risk factor for susceptible individuals. And this leads us perfectly to an even greater oxalate source, which brings us to vegetable number 2, spinach. This is perhaps the most shocking entry for many. Spinach is lauded as one of the healthiest leafy greens packed with iron and vitamins. But here is the critical fact. Spinach is one of the highest oxalate-containing foods on the planet. When you consume raw spinach in your daily smoothie, in large salads, or as a green juice, you are flooding your system with oxalates. For aging kidneys with reduced filtration capacity, this is a direct stressor. Cooking spinach significantly reduces its oxalate content, which is why cooked spinach is a safer choice. But the trend of raw is always better has led many health-conscious seniors to consume raw spinach daily, unknowingly elevating their risk of kidney stone formation. Many nephrologists will tell you that a significant number of kidney stone cases they see begin with exactly this habit. But the number 1 vegetable, the biggest hidden danger on this list, is perhaps the most controversial of all. Vegetable number 1, raw cruciferous vegetables. This family includes raw broccoli, raw cauliflower, raw kale, raw Brussels sprouts, and raw cabbage. These are celebrated as cancer-fighting superfoods, and for good reason. They contain powerful compounds like sulforaphane. However, for individuals over 60, consuming them raw and in large daily quantities introduces a unique risk. Raw cruciferous vegetables contain goitrogens and other compounds that can, over time, interfere with mineral balance and the delicate signaling between your thyroid and your kidneys. They can increase the kidney's workload in processing these compounds and slow down the clearance of certain minerals. For a senior, this adds an unseen layer of metabolic stress. The crucial distinction here is the word raw. Cooking deactivates most of these problematic compounds. Steamed, roasted, or sautéed, these vegetables are safe and beneficial. But the trend of daily raw kale salads, raw broccoli florets with dip, and green smoothies packed with raw cruciferous greens is where the risk lies for kidney health after 60. The most common mistake people make after 60 is operating on the belief that natural always means safe. But your kidneys don't care about intentions. They care about biochemical load. Their job is filtration and balance, and they respond to the total burden you place on them. So what should you do instead? The goal is not to live in fear or eliminate vegetables. The goal is strategic, intelligent consumption. You need to rotate your vegetables. Don't eat spinach every day. Don't drink beet juice every day. Have a variety of greens like lettuce, Swiss chard cooked, and zucchini, which are lower in oxalates. You need to prefer cooked vegetables. Cooking breaks down oxalates and deactivates goitrogens, making nutrients more accessible and reducing the kidney's filtration burden. And you must reduce daily repetition. Variety is not just the spice of life. After 60, it is a protective shield for your kidneys. Follow these simple rules. Avoid eating the same high potassium vegetable, like potatoes or tomatoes, daily. Strictly limit raw spinach and raw cruciferous vegetables. Make them occasional, not staple foods. Prefer cooked vegetables in your meals and be mindful of portion size. A serving of vegetables is about half a cup cooked, not a giant bowl. If you want to learn more about protecting your body's vital filters naturally after 60, about navigating nutrition with wisdom for your age, then stay with this channel. Subscribe for clear, actionable information that separates hype from hormonal and metabolic reality. Now, I have to ask, which of these 5 vegetables was the biggest surprise for you? Was it the spinach, the tomatoes, or the raw broccoli? Write the number in the comments below. It helps me understand what you want to learn more about, because kidney damage doesn't happen overnight. It's not a single event. It happens quietly, gradually, with one well-intentioned meal at a time. Your awareness starting today is the most powerful tool you have to change that trajectory.